I used to work on the casino floor, and today I'm counting down the 5 slot machines that former employees say you should avoid. From flashy new releases designed to drain your bankroll to crowd pleasers loaded with psychological traps, each entry on this list exposes a calculated design that quietly favors the house. Which machine is the craftiest cash stealer of them all? Let's start the countdown with number 5. At number 5, Firelink Triple Nova, Volatile Bonus Mirage. I work the casino floor, and this slot lures players in with a fresh look and the promise of explosive bonuses. But behind the dazzling graphics, it is a silent bankroll killer. The base game is notorious among insiders for extended dry spells. Players can spin for what feels like forever without hitting anything meaningful. Dry spells. Forum audits and technician reports flag this machine for bonus droughts that can stretch for hours, draining wallets before the real action even starts. Bonus droughts. The return to player is often set below 90%, and in many casinos, management can pick from a range of payout options, usually choosing the lowest allowed by law. Low RTP. The volatility is sky high, which means most sessions end in disappointment, not big wins. I have watched regulars burn through hundreds on Firelink Triple Nova, waiting for a bonus that sometimes never arrives. Sky high. New does not mean fair. Just because a machine is flashy and popular does not mean it is on your side. If you see Firelink Triple Nova on the floor, stay away. There are better places to spend your money. Listen up. I used to work the floor, and Big Bass Bonanza looks harmless at first glance. Bright cartoon fishing theme, penny bets, and a promise of simple fun. But watch out. For anyone who worked behind the scenes, this machine is notorious. Players sit down thinking they are safe because it is a low denomination game. But the reality is these so-called penny slots are some of the fastest drains on the entire floor. The house edge on Big Bass Bonanza routinely exceeds 9%, which means for every dollar fed in, less than 90 cents comes back out over time. That is worse than many high-limit games. Near miss. What makes it especially punishing is the way it is programmed to keep people spinning. The near miss effect is everywhere. 2 bonus fish land, the third just slips off the edge, and the screen lights up as if something big almost happened. Players get pulled into a cycle, convinced that the next spin is the one. Slot review forums and audit reports show those bonus rounds can stay out of reach for hundreds of spins. One reviewer called it torture to play, and after watching regulars grind away for hours, I understand why. The small wins are dressed up with fanfare, music, flashing lights, animations, so it feels like you are doing better than you are. But the numbers do not lie. Penny slots like Big Bass Bonanza routinely rank among the lowest for player returns. It is a perfect example of how a machine does not have to be expensive to be dangerous. The grind is real, and the odds are stacked against anyone hoping for a quick catch. Sex and the City slots are a masterclass in distraction. The first thing you notice is the branding, familiar faces, pink lights, and the sound of heels on pavement. But underneath all that glitz, the numbers tell a different story. The return on these machines hovers between 89 and 91%, lower than most people realize. That is before you even factor in the cost of the license. It eats into the payout pool to cover royalties for the show's name and likeness. What really sets this machine apart is the way it piles on bonus after bonus. There is the shoe closet pick, the wilds feature, the free spins, and a progressive jackpot that almost never hits. Each bonus looks like a chance for a big win, but when you break down the math, every feature is just another way to spread out small, low-value payouts. I have seen players trigger a bonus, pick a shoe, and walk away with less than their original bet. The base game itself offers little to get excited about, and most of the time, the bonus rounds return even less on average than the main reels. As one technician put it, Sex and the City is pure marketing over mathematics. The machine is designed to keep you playing, dazzled by choices and animations, while the house edge quietly chips away at your bankroll. The more features you unlock, the more you are convinced you are getting closer to a payout. In reality, the odds are stacked even higher against you because every bonus is mathematically engineered to return less than it promises. If you are drawn in by the branding or the parade of bonus features, remember, the real winner is always the casino. Listen up. I worked on the casino floor for years, and Monopoly slots are worse than they look. Board bonus is the main attraction. Players collect dice rolls, move around the Monopoly board, and unlock property bonuses that feel like a new chance to win every time. Low payouts are the reality. The bonus round, despite its flashy design and familiar Monopoly characters, almost never pays out anything close to what players expect. Slot audits and technician reports show the bonus hit frequency is so low that most players chase it for hours without ever seeing a meaningful return. The return to player, for most Monopoly-branded games, sits between 88 and 92%. Lower settings in some casinos push that number down even more. Dangerous. What makes these games especially risky is not just the payout percentage, it is the way the game convinces you that you are making progress. Every roll, every property collected, feels like a small investment building toward a big payday. But insiders know the machine is engineered to keep you feeding the meter, with the vast majority of board bonuses returning little more than a handful of credits. I have watched players pour hundreds into these machines, convinced the next roll will finally unlock the jackpot, only to walk away empty-handed. Licensing fees make this worse. Branded slots like Monopoly come with heavy licensing fees that eat into the payout pool, lowering the return to player compared to non-branded games. Slot techs and floor managers have confirmed these machines are set up to maximize casino profit, not player enjoyment. The complexity of the board bonus keeps people playing longer, but the math is always working against you. The more you chase, the deeper the hole gets. Monopoly slots earn their spot near the top of this list because they combine psychological hooks with a house edge that is hard to beat. If you are tempted by the board bonus or the idea of building your own empire, remember the only winner is the house. Wheel of Fortune is not just a familiar face in the casino, it is the machine that keeps the lights on. No other slot comes close to milking as much money from hopeful players. The secret is not just the giant spinning wheel or the TV show nostalgia, it is the numbers buried deep in the code. The return to player on Wheel of Fortune is routinely set between 83 and 87%. That means for every $100 wagered, the casino expects to keep $13 to $17, one of the steepest house edges on the floor. Cash cow, but what really sets Wheel of Fortune apart is the wheel feature itself. Players crowd around waiting for that iconic spin, convinced the next bonus is just around the corner. The reality is stark. A technician who serviced these machines for years told me the wheel bonus might only land once in every 500 spins. That is not a typo. 1 in 500. Regulars will sit for hours burning through their bankroll, hypnotized by the thought of that big spin. But the machine is designed to keep them chasing an almost unreachable prize. Unreal odds placement is no accident either. Casinos put Wheel of Fortune machines right near entrances, food courts, and high-traffic paths. Anywhere someone might get the itch to play as they walk by. The bright lights, the sound of the wheel, and the crowd all work together to pull people in. But behind the spectacle, the math is brutal. No accident. Every technician I worked with calls Wheel of Fortune the ultimate cash cow. I have seen players lose thousands before ever triggering the bonus. No other slot on this list combines such a low payout percentage with such a powerful psychological hook. If you are serious about keeping your money, this is the one machine you should walk past every time. There is no bigger trap on the casino floor. Walk past. Across all 5 machines, one pattern stands out. Slot games are engineered to maximize player losses through psychological hooks and low payouts. In today's casinos, entertainment masks calculated odds. Understanding this design is the real jackpot. In the end, knowledge is your only edge against the house.